What's going on, everyone? It's the Home Slice Ascend Hyperion. I've got years of background in Forge. My maps have and still do appear in matchmaking, such as Dreamscape and Cyberside. I've curated dozens of maps for matchmaking and tested hundreds of maps in Halo 5's lifespan alone. Suffice to say, I qualify as what you'd probably call a pro forger. If you think you've seen all my work, well, you'd be just wrong. Most of my Forge maps, even ones I've dumped hours on hours into, have never even seen the light of day. In this video, I want to give you guys a direct look into 4 of my coolest Forge maps that I never released. If you enjoy what you see, and you want to see more, hit that subscribe button and tap the bell. Let's get started. What happens when a flood outbreak occurs in Old Mombasa? You get Dead End Exodus, which is both a recreation of a section of Halo 2's campaign and an internalized survival minigame. This special infection map pits a small group of survivors against the zombies in homage to COD Zombies. Players earn points by killing zombies and can earn those points to unlock different areas of the map, gaining access to additional weapons and much needed supplies. They can even purchase a turret in the same position as it was in Halo 2. This map actually underwent quite a bit of testing, and thanks to scripting help from my buddy Agent Zero, it is, to be honest, ready to release anytime. Drop a comment below if you'd like to see this map go live. Speaking of maps for special modes, this is Contingency. This map was being developed for an invasion-esque mode by Infinite. It takes place in an abandoned UNSC missile plant. The premise is that the plant contains weapons of mass destruction and is being scavenged by rebels for use against the UNSC. Players would fight or defend their way across the plant, eventually ending up at the final stage, the nuclear missile conduit. This massive space is a section of the tunnel used to transport the missile made deep underground to the surface. I really enjoyed my art style direction of this map, and I was really in love with the color scheme and geometry in total. It didn't really get a lot of testing to be confirmed for the mode, so it remained in my files kind of dormant for a long time. Much like its theme, I guess. While Contingency struggled to get any testing, that wasn't the case with this map, Dark Harvest. This 4v4 map was actually tested fairly heavily and underwent several iterations. Set deep within a dark cavernous environment, Dark Harvest was full of transportation gimmicks, the most obvious being the swinging pendulum in the center of the map, which dynamically altered sightlines and, it's rideable. I thought riding it and fighting on the pendulum was cool as hell. It has a few drawbacks though. If you approach it wrong, it can cause damage to you, maybe even kill you if you're weak enough, and we discovered this as well.
It's like a horsey. Yeehaw,
Oh, hold on, we got someone on here with us. Oh, Doodle! What?
The pendulum, kind of combined with the high-rise energy lifts, made the map very vertical, and I think, to be honest, this is probably one of my favorite layouts I've ever done in Halo 5. Last, but certainly not least, is Servitude. I think when I started this map, I just sort of wanted to see what if Halo 5 had its own version of Spire. I decided to pursue some Forerunner geometry and finally found a reference that I really liked. When the tower was done, I started shaping the layout around it, trying to account for the insane vertical disparity. You can travel to the topmost platform via lift, or to a lower platform using just a ramp. In fact, you can use that same lift for the tall tower to get to another tower parallel to it. If I'm being honest, this map looks cool at angles, but the layout is awful. It's basically a stretched donut with a center conduit lane. Not much really impressive from a layout perspective, which is why I never really published it or went forward with it, because I just was not impressed with the layout. It would require quite a lot of reworking, and I just didn't have the motivation to do so. Well, there it was, some insight into 4 of my unreleased Forge maps. I've got plenty of stuff like this, and many Forgers do. We spend a lot of time making maps, and not often do many of them get released. If you enjoyed what you saw, be sure to leave a like, share it with a friend, and subscribe. It's much appreciated. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later.